What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing the Western Conference Finals, and that is between the Oklahoma City Thunder and Minnesota Timberwolves. And this is just my preview on, who I think will win the series and things like that, and what do I expect from this particular matchup. Now, of course, we know that this Minnesota Timberwolves team, after coming off of a series where, listen, they went against the Warriors, and outside of the game where Stephen Curry, went off, so to speak, in the beginning, and it's just this Minnesota Timberwolves team, in my opinion, right, is a team that are physical, is a team that's led by a dog in Anthony Edwards. You look at the trade that people were calling one of the worst NBA trades in history with acquiring Julius Randle, and we see his play now in the playoffs. You look at guys like, Naz Reid, Rudy Gobert, Dante DiVincenzo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Mike Conley. This Minnesota Timberwolves team is a team that I feel like has a chip on their shoulder. And I don't know if it's in the sense of coming off of what didn't take place last year, losing to Dallas in the Western Conference Finals. But you look at a team who a lot of people said they were going to lose that series to the Lakers. You look at, and I had them losing to the Lakers, honestly. You look at a series in where they played the Golden State Warriors, and they win that series. So they're basically just checking off box after box after box. And for me, I feel like this is going to be the test of tests, right? For this Minnesota Timberwolves team. You're going up against a team, the number one seed, the number one team in the West, a team that is high energy, high level in the Oklahoma City Thunder, led by SGA, who I think is going to be this year's MVP. You look at the series that they just had with the Denver Nuggets and how they just decimated the Nuggets in that final game. You can even dial it back to the series that they played versus the Memphis Grizzlies. And this Thunder team is a team that I feel like, I said it, they can reach another level. And I think they did that in the last series, right? I think they did that in the series versus the Nuggets. I think this team knows their identity. They know that they have at least a strong 8, 9, 10 guys that they can put out there on the floor at any given moment and give them a chance to be great. You look at the play of Alex Caruso. You look at the play of Chet Holmgren. You look at the play of Isaiah Hartenstein. You look at Jalen Williams. You look at the other Jalen Williams. You look at not Isaiah Joe. You look at Cason Wallace. You look at Wiggins. This Thunder team, top to bottom, is a team that looks like, all four teams that are left in the playoffs. I'm not gonna discredit anybody. But this Oklahoma City Thunder team looks like the odds-on favorite to ultimately, go to the NBA Finals and hoist the trophy at the end. But the first step is getting past the Minnesota Timberwolves, and by all means, I do not think it is going to be an easy feat. You look at both teams, and what I will say about this particular series, that we do know it's some veterans, but there are young, talented players on both sides, right? Julius Randle's been in the league a while. Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, guys like Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo, they've been in the league a while, but their main guy is young. He's a young emerging star. I'm speaking on Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. So having that going up against a young team, mind you, the oldest player on the Oklahoma City Thunder is Alex Caruso. So this is going to be interesting to see how both teams, play off one another. You look at the counterattacks. What is going to be the matchups? Are they going to elect to put Lou Dort on, Anthony Edwards? Are they going to elect to put Jalen Williams on Anthony Edwards? Or do you put, put Lou Dort on a guy like Julius Randle? So how, and as far as the Wolves, do you put Anthony Edwards on SGA? Because we know what SGA likes to do as far as getting to the free throw line. So do you not put Anthony Edwards on SGA because you don't want him to get in foul trouble early? Because we know the whistle that comes with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is totally different than anybody else. He gets a different whistle, and I don't know if it's the style of play or it's the MVP or whatever the case may be, but it's going to be difficult guarding him physical, with the physicality and expecting not, whistles not to be blown. But to the credit of the referees during this playoffs, I will say they have been holding back the whistle in most instances, letting guys play physical, letting guys go out there and play rough shot, so to speak. Guys are, able to get into players, so to speak, as opposed to during the regular season when the whistle is a little more tighter. But this series, I really, really can't wait for. I think it's going to be exciting. I think, once game one is over and done with, I feel like that's going to be the filling out process. I'm hoping that we get a great series throughout, and I'm gonna give my prediction on who I think will ultimately win this series. But I think it's going to have to come in waves as far as what the Minnesota Timberwolves want to do. Of course, we know Anthony Edwards early on in games has struggled, so I don't think he can and his team can afford those, early on struggles for him as far as late starts where he ramps it up in the second half. I think it's going to have to be a full 48 from both teams either way. But for me, I'm taking the Oklahoma City Thunder to ultimately win this series. I think they're going to win this series in 6 games. I could be wrong, but I am taking the Thunder to win this series in 6 games. I think the Wolves are a really good team, but I just feel like this Thunder team knows, after not only going through the series with the Grizzlies and doing what they did there, but a 7-game series versus a championship level contender team in the Denver Nuggets gave them, I feel like, another level of confidence to go into this series and get it done. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Oklahoma City Thunder fans, Minnesota Timberwolves fans, NBA fans, basketball fans, or if this is just your first time tuning into the channel, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to know anytime a video is being uploaded to this channel. It's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I catch you guys on the next video.